revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew, so I never get confused. Hotel, get a bird's eye view. Store got locks, I got some trusted shoes. 10K on the countertop, don't look so shocked, it's nothing new. Death comes in threes, wins come in twos. Cash comes in ones, throw it up, celebrate some news. I do a good job, pull up and pop out and pull out. Head on and hood on, pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one, they wanna keep me, oh that's a good one. Pockets are dense, I think my bread is hard as a crouton. Receipts in my pocket don't come with a coupon. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Touchdown, 8th floor, come down, hotel, lobby. Receptionist, what now? 11 a.m. check out. Might give her one foul just to tell her it's one now. How come? I need rest, no recess in my schedule. Mama used to serve vegetables, now half the meals got tentacles. Half the Emirates need a reservation and half my money goes straight to taxes. But I don't trip about it, that's what happens when you got dreams closer than a match. Plus all your boys got expensive habits. Go. I know what they're thinking, they don't even gotta say it. Nope. They thinking they just made it. I know how to make everybody feel famous. I don't gotta work no day shift. I don't gotta split no payment. I don't gotta answer questions. And I don't need you to okay it. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown.
They can't take it to 10.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready?
Get ready, dog.
This be the green light, go. Tires burn the pavement. People wanna know when Mace, Potts, and Dave went. Still here, still in your ear with a style so hot, you'll see where all the sun rays went. Legs on the head, all being moved in a frenzy. The blends be all the right creds, meaning credentials. Best of both worlds when we rockin' over pearls in the instrumental. Are you ready? Set. Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady. To the letter rock. Turn it up. We giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? Gentlemen. When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, pass to your receiver. All about running the spot. And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather. Cardio kingpin, subjugate the dub play. And you know we can't wait to bring spins. A-star quizzes, A+ the final. Vocals we align, we'll move it all simultaneously over joints we rock. We earn 30 years, so you can say we got.
Okay, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us roughly midway between Boston and Providence. Everybody knows it as Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the New England Patriots. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
Here we go! 60-yard.
Yeah, let's go set lunch.
Get.
Sony Michel, his first carry. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
To throw on second down, Herbert. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Danielle Hunter has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Getting into the act on the opening drive here with a sack. And remember, they had 5 last week.
And they saw that on film, and that meant that they had to get together. Offensive coordinator, quarterbacks coach, offensive line coach, receivers coach, and say, how do we beat this pressure? Because everyone has to.
Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. Not that time for Watkins. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. And now here's a carry heading left. Again he finds an opening. And did he get in? No. Down at the 1-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
No gain there as he kept it himself at second down.
Oh, yeah, good surge defensively. Sometimes you can just tell by the way a quarterback lines his feet up behind center. He's going to try and sneak it in, and they catch him here and stop him for no gain.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. It goes as a loss of 6, and now third down. So backed up to the 6 now. 3rd and goal.
Hey, box truck, box truck.
55. Hey, eat. Hey, check.
Hey, go.
Operating from the gun. Cummins looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
And this one is right through. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
This is fielded at the goal line. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, They have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Looking to throw. Herbert. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have them set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line. Stills the intended target. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here.
Let's go.
Back to throw. Cummins. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Delta.
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike.
2nd and 2. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Antonio Callaway, the intended receiver, but now it's 3rd and goal.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
Don't get nervous. Patch it. Patch
it. They'll run for it with Cook. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Dalvin Cook, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows to 10-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Get ready.
Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Ready?
On 3rd down, Herbert. And that will be incomplete. There to knock that one away defensively, Eric Kendricks.
Incomplete. It's 4th down.
The Patriots send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. $10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Patriots nothing.
Let's go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They start the drive with Cook. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Hey, Zoo.
Looking to throw on second down. Cummins. And this one complete to Smith. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on third down.
Mike 51, Mike 51. You. 51, Mike.
From the gun, Cummins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Here we go.
Smooth.
To throw on second down, Cummins. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. The Vikings on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun, Cummins. The open man is Smith. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. 3rd catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down.
First down, Vikings.
Okay, ready?
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Hey, high 7.
Mike 51, Mike 51. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there. 51's the Mike.
Let's go.
From the gun, Cummins. Wide open receiver, complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Check.
Now.
2nd and 1.
Check.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
2 yards. First down, Minnesota.
Let's go now. 70, Indy. Hey, Charlie.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
At the 19-yard line.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Let him know. Check nickel.
2nd and 9 now. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Tight end Irv Smith, the intended receiver. But now it'll be 3rd down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. Looking to throw. Cummins. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll run with Cook. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Matchbox lights.
They try again with Cook. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
Let's go. 60 or. General West.
Here is Cook on 3rd and goal. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Looking for Harry. He airs it out deep. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. N'Keal Harry was the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
Byron Jones on the coverage.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready?
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have to be pleased with the way that they moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Hey!
Motion.
They run it again with Cook. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
From the gun on 3rd down. Cummins into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Jackson. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That one goes for 30 yards.
60 out now.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the 3rd in the game. And, boy, they've really played well attacking the football.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Buying time to his left. And a little floater there is incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. All right.
To throw on 3rd down. Herbert. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Check 13. Check 13.
Hey, Echo.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the 1st down.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender. And that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Recon, 132 fighter. Get it.
On the ground, it's Cook. And they give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the 42-yard line.
Ready up.
51 the mic. You got nothing today. You got nothing.
Again, it's Cook. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
50, plant. Go, go.
On third down, Cummins got an open man. He completes it to Callaway. It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Pilot, 64, weak. Hey, Alpha. Bam, bam. Snap.
On 1st and 10, Cummins. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves and start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. They'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down.
We got 4. We got 4. 50 wants the money. 50 wants the money. Watch the score.
Hey, Haywood.
50 wants the money.
Operating from the gun, Cummins. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
They had enough yards for the first down, but a clutch hit right there defensively. Jars it free. No first down.
The Vikings send out their punter. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And no return here. This one's going inside the 15 to the 12-yard line.
Let's go! At their own 12-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. To throw again, Herbert. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded at the goal line. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
First and 10. At their own 24-yard line.
Ready.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive.
Hey.
throwing after the interception. Herbert looking for Harry. He airs it out deep, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 38, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
At their own 37-yard line.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Try to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Zadarius Smith able to get him down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And he's got this way down inside of New England's 10-yard line. A big play there out of Cook. 56 yards on the ground. And what can they do here on 2nd and goal? 3 red zone trips so far have yielded 2 touchdowns and a field goal. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. On 2nd down, it's Edwards. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? They'll try to run this one in. And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. Running for it, here's Cook. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. They gave it to him in search of his 3rd touchdown, but he's denied, and the Patriots get the football back. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And last time, 1-play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play caller, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll run it. This is Michel. It's a loss of 2. Now 3rd down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak, not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Back to throw. Herbert under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. So a failure there to get rid of the football. I don't know in the end that it's going to matter much here with this game, but it yields another 2 points.
Yeah, I think I'm with you. It may not matter a ton with the deficit that's already there, but like my old coach used to say, it sure ain't going to help.
It doesn't help indeed.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
Hey, a simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. They'll keep it on the ground. Cook. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. 3rd down, Dalvin Cook. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on. Get it?
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at about the 31. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Trying to get it that time to Stills. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
90 Wolf.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
A loss of a yard.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And, of course, this win, a big one. They can hang their hat on this victory on the road against the defending Super Bowl champs.
And you know how difficult it is for the team that wears the crown, because they're going to get everyone's best shot. So let's face it, they circled this game. We're going to go in there and take down the defending Super Bowl champs. This is our opportunity. They're not going to walk out of here with a trophy today, but they will walk out with respect around the league. And to them, that's vitally important.
So for the Vikings, the win gets them a step closer to 500 at 5-6. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for New England, the problems just get worse and worse as they fall to 2-9 now on the year. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.